right, we are back at it again. We're finally going full space theme. Got all my boxes in. We have Unfinity. We have the unopened, just came in, Edge of Eternities. So I'm very excited. All right, let's get this set up. And we'll get going. I think we're going to start with 2 from each tonight. We'll probably just keep running it 2 each night or every other night, depending, and see what box pays off more. So far, surprisingly enough, the Unfinity box, which is supposed to be the magic joke box, is paying off the most. All in rare lands, crazy enough. But we will see if Edge of Eternities has anything to say about that. So we'll get going. We will get the background music going and rip open this new box. I'm pumped for this. I'm excited for this all space themed month. I'm definitely going to do an all haunted, Innistrad hunt and sort of thing for October. I'll have a spoopy month. What's up, Tom Bomb? All right, we are cracking into the Edge of Eternities box. See what it looks like. Gotta get that unboxing feel to it. It's jammed in there pretty good. Here we go. Whoa. I also changed my cameras around, so it should be a little bit clearer. Got a nice glare going, unfortunately, but I'll adjust that. But yeah, that camera's a lot easier to see. Nice. All right, snag 2 packs out of here right off the top. 2 packs of Unfinity. We'll get into these 4. And like I said, from this point on, it'll be 4 a day or 4 every other day, just depending on when I can get into them. All right, we will start with an Unfinity pack first. Let me get in here a little bit closer. There we go. Yeah, this camera is much clearer compared to my other one. That's nice. I'm a little worried about that glare, but we'll see how it looks. All right, let's get into the goofy packs. My issue with these is I have not been reading the flavor text, which apparently are pretty funny. All right, we got Prize Wall. That bear's been there since the Astrodium opened. I've seen it move. Ernst, the deep fry cook. Leading performance. If people are always on the edge of their seats, we can save money on their chair backs. Down for repairs. Safety 12. Nice. Ticket-o-maton. Please do not engage in debates on the nature of reality with the robot staff. Grabby Tabby. Creature, cat guest. Grabby Tabby has vigilance as long as you control a stickered permanent. Again, let's see what the stickered cards are for this set. Got Jackpat, Death, Seltzer. Interesting. My sticker card last set was like a $2 card, which is weird for stickers. All right, grab Tabby. The milk bottle toss is closed until rules can be amended. Minotaur de Force. If I ever need a haircut, I just fall a little to the left. Glitter Flitter. Oh no, it looks like my OBS went down. I may have disconnected. So I'm going to stop the stream here and try to reconnect. Great. Hopefully we're back. We had an issue with OBS connecting to Twitch. So, where were we? All right, so we're halfway through the Unfinity pack. I will splice these videos together for YouTube. We'll just jump right back into the stream. All right. We have Glitter Flitter. There are no small parts, only small performers. We've got the first uncommon, Bioluminary. We've got Get Your Head in the Game. When you get your head in the game, enters the battlefield, you exile target non-land permanent until this card, leaves the battlefield, then touch it. This card to your head. When this card stops touching it, your head, sacrifice it. The card, not your head. Amazing. I really need to start reading all these cards. All right, let me turn down the lighting a little bit here. That glare is bothering me. All right, let's see if that. What's up, Tom Bomb? Yeah, there's a issue with the Twitch connection there, but hopefully it is back and up and running. We are on the uncommons. We've got Scampire. I forgot to turn the jams back on too. There you go. Whenever Scampire enters the battlefield, you get a ticket. Then you may put a sticker on a creature card in your graveyard. Return target creature card with a sticker on it from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature gains haste. Exile it at the beginning and the next step. Activate only as a sorcery. Ooh, a mythic. Vorthos, Steward of Myth. As Vorthos, Steward of Myth enters the battlefield, choose a named magic character. Each spell you cast with the chosen character in its name, flavor, text, or art costs one of every color mana less to cast. This effect reduces only the amount of colored mana you play. That is a good card. Probably not legal in any way. And then we have another one, not one of the super fancy land cards, but the land cards in this set is what you're really looking for. Especially the foil land cards. They go for a pretty penny, somewhere between 30 and 50 bucks a piece. And then we have an attraction card. And another attraction card. And then a token balloon. And I already pulled the sticker card. So those are the stickers you can throw on the cards. At some point I'm going to do a stream or video on how to do the sub game this kind of created. I am curious to see what that mythic is going for these days. So let's pull open the fancy scanner. Take a look at it. It wants to scan. There you go. Alright, nothing fancy. And then that land card. See, the land cards, for some reason, this goes for like $1 or $2. So, I don't know what it is about this set, but it's the land cards everyone's after. Alright, and let's see, should we do back-to-back goofy ones? Or switch them up? I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying the Unfinity ones right now. Probably because I haven't really pulled much great from Edge of Eternities yet. Do another goofy one? Alright. I'll listen to the chat. The chat being Tom Bomb. Another Unfinity. I'm glad I switched cameras, although I'm not liking the autofocus kind of going in and out like that, but it is. The cards are much more clear. Okay, especially I can get up nice and close. You guys can see the art. Got Gobsmacked. You haven't seen it until you see it in 6D. Got Scared Stiff. The Horrors of Soren's Haunted Mansion. Scared Herc, Half to Life. Another Prize Wall. An Amped Up. Spell cost 1 less to cast for each electrical socket in a wall or floor you can see from your seat. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature until end of turn. It gets +3/+0 and gains haste. Space can be a lawless place, far from the prying eyes of electrical inspectors. This is actually my favorite card. This is my second time I've pulled it, but it's my favorite card in the set. Mainly because when I go to play with my brother-in-law, I know where to sit to see all the electrical sockets. An incident has occurred. I have also pulled that one before. So sorry, but our waiver, we're not so sorry, but per our waiver, we're not responsible for things happening. Finishing move. So you get 2 tickets. Then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. What the show lacks in historical accuracy, it makes up for an awesome submission holds. Rockstar. Reach. When Rockstar enters the battlefield, you may discard a card. If you do, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Ask a person outside the game to choose which of them is most like a rock band. Put that card into your hand and then rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. That's fun. The flavor text is born to and of rock. Alright, Trapeze Artist. Heinrich catches the trapeze only about half the time, but he looks so good falling. Cool. Legit creature. Angel Performer. So theoretically, I could use this as a commander. Flying. When Angelic Herald enters the battlefield, you may put a name sticker on a non-land permanent you own. Each creature you control with 3 or more words in its name gets a +1/+1. The voice of an angel, and the face of an angel, and the legs of... Oh, you get the idea. That would be a hard commander to use, though, because you would need to consistently have sticker cards, and then you'd be putting stickers on your, like, good cards you really don't want to put stickers on. Pie eating contest. The pie was outstanding. The cobbler tasted like shoes. So you'll cost to cast a spell. Gobble X. Each time you gobble, take a bite of food or sacrifice a food token. X target creatures you control each get +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. I like how you need actual food. Or sacrifice a food token. And the rare is a DOODL caricaturist. Man, that hard time to pronounce that. Okay, I'm just gonna pronounce that Doodle. When Doodle caricaturist enters the battlefield, create a 4/4 color sketch creature token, which you have 15 seconds to draw. The token has flying if it has wings in its art. The same is true for first strike and a sword, vigilance and a shield, menace and mean eyes, trample and horns, death touch and claws, lifelink and fangs, and haste and footwear. So you have to be really quick at drawing all those things to get all those abilities on your card. That's a fun one. Ooh. I don't think that's a foil though, but no. But that's probably going to be worth a couple bucks. All these borderless land cards, been getting pretty lucky. That's my 3rd one I pulled. Let's see what the scanner has to say about that. Yep, that's a $5 card. So far, this set has been paying off. I'm already up to almost 75 bucks, and the box itself was like 110. We got an attraction, cover the spot. If you read this one, it's pretty funny. You have to drop cards and try to cover this card with them. Guess your fate. Visit, look at the bottom card of your library. Then give a person outside the game a 1-word clue not on that card. They guess a word. If their guess appears in that card's name, claim the prize. Prize. Reveal the card and put it in your hand. Then sacrifice, guess your fate, and open an attraction. And we've got a food token. And there are the stickers. Looks like we got a crown, a banana, and a little spaceship. Contortionist, Otter Storm. Target creature gains haste until end of turn and death touch lifelink. Very cool. Yeah, I'm really liking this Unfinity set. I'm gonna have to go deeper into the rules. All right, on to the real packs, much as like goofy packs. So, Edge of Eternities. See what kind of fancy things we got going on here. So I know the land cards are pretty cool in this, also space related. There are some crazy mythics. Did not pull an art card, just a token card in the back. All right, we've got Sky Stinger, Cavron Turbo Drone, Grave Pack Monoist, Cryo Shatter, Weft Blade Enhancer. I like the art on that. That's pretty cool. Shattered Wings, Galactic Wayfarer, Temporal Intervention. Our first uncommon is Desculpting Blast. I really like the art on that. That's pretty cool. It's like a web, but very geometrical. Your atoms will serve my ambitions in a much more useful form. I like that card a lot. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If it was attacking, create a 1/1 colorless drone artifact creature token with flying, and this token can block only creatures with flying. Got Close Encounter. Yeah, the flavor text on that is pretty badass. Your atoms will serve my ambitions in a much more useful form. Alright, Close Encounter. Many mistake terrorist symbiotic philosophy as pacifism. They are rarely wrong twice. Territorial Bruntar. Some creatures have adapted to thrive in the unstable chaos of Cavron, that is. The rare is Elegy Acolyte. Creature human cleric. Lifelink. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to your player, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Void. At the beginning of your end step, if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or a spell was warped this turn, create a 2/2 colors robot artifact creature token. And then we've got a uncommon foil, Sea Chip Agrarian. Knowledge isn't found, but grown. Oh, look at that space card. Nice. It's not a foil. It looked like it for a second, but that is a nice looking land card. I like that a lot. And then we have a lander token and a drone token. Alright, let's take a look at... I want to see what this land card's going for. Probably nothing outstanding, but I do like the looks of that. My scanner wants to work. Oh, I have to add it in manually. Is that land 0263? There we go. About $1. Nice. And we'll check out that rare we pulled. About 70 cents. Not too shabby. Then we will move on to the final pack of the night. Yeah, I don't know why I like finding out how much they're worth. I'm never going to sell them, but it's just that it's a nice feeling knowing that, hey, I spent so much money on this box. Am I getting the cost of that back in any way? Besides, you know, the fun of opening packs, which is fun, but is it worth $100? Right now it is, so. All right, melted moxites. Only the most skilled matter shapers can imbue moxite with other raw energies, but the rewards are well worth the dangers. Comic Crawler. Found the stranded crew in an icy labyrinth. Well, what's left of them? Sinister Cryologist. Oh man, I hate when there's no flavor text, but they need the space to describe the card. Auxiliary Boosters. An intelligent jetpack for those who find themselves lost in space. Diplomatic Relations. I feel like I've seen a similar card in past sets before. We will not yield until the Eumidians relinquish our Caveron tomorrow. Official Cav diplomatic statement. Caveron tomorrow must be like a planet name. Gonna have to look into the lore. I actually haven't looked into any of the lore for the Eternity set yet. Drill Too Deep. The rapacious appetite that ended their world became the only means by which the Cav could lift their civilization from it. Makes me think of dwarves. Alright, Lost in Space. Look at target artifact or creature owner puts it target artifact or creature's owner puts it on their choice of the top or bottom of their library. Surveil 1. Every so often, the edge reminds you that there's always more to discover. And I'm really liking the blue and purple themes they've got going in these. Alright, first uncommon is Halia, Ascendant Cadet. By the eternal and overflowing light, I swear myself to this cause. It's very Paladin themed. Then we have Fell Graph Ship. Flying left lifelink. When this okay, it's a spaceship, so you can crew it. When this spaceship enters, mill 3 cards, then return a creature or spacecraft card from your graveyard to your hand. Station, tap another creature you control, put charge counters equal to its power on the spacecraft. Station only as a sorcery. It's an artifact creature at 8+. So you gotta station it with 8+ other, well, I guess, tokens. It gets flying lifelink. Cool. Yeah, this set has a bunch of like spacecraft you can basically kind of crew. Alright, honor. With this mantle, you carry the duty to spread light, liberty, and the grace Tommen 4 to the stars. Of Tommen 4 to the stars. Okay, and the rare is a Sacred Foundry. Land, Mountain Plains. As this land enters, you pay 2 life, so it's a shock land, is what they're calling them. So you pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters tapped. So the land I actually got in the Unfinity set was a shock land. And then another rare, 2 rares in a row. Look at that. Legendary creature, Lobster Citizen. Ragost, Deft Gastronaut. Artifacts you control are foods in addition to their other types and have 2. Tap 2, sacrifice this artifact. You gain 3 life. 1 tap, sacrifice a food. Ragost deals 3 damage to each opponent. At the beginning, to each opponent. Okay. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain life this turn, untap Ragost. Nice. And then the foil is a Cryogen Relic. Then we have a normal land. And a lander token. Last, a robot token. So let me know what you think. Let's see if you're enjoying the space themed. Either way, you're stuck with it all month. Oh wow. So the Sacred Foundry is almost a $12 card. So it's these shock lands that are going for a lot, where they come in, it comes in tapped unless you pay that 2 life. So pretty sweet. I think that's my first big hit from Edge of Eternities. Well, I guess I did just open this box, so the forest look cool. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. So it does look like a laser. Actually, I think it's like a falling star going, yeah, it's a falling star like shooting through the atmosphere. At least that's what it looks like to me. But yeah, some pretty cool cards in both of these sets. Like I said, Unfinity is just, I'm enjoying the goofiness of it. Edge of Eternities, though, I've been looking at some of the cards and like deck possibility, like build possibilities look pretty cool, especially the spaceships and like kind of crewing them and everything. But that is it for tonight. Again, I don't know if I'll be able to hold myself back from opening 4 every night. I'm going to try to do it every other night, but we'll see what happens. Till then, I'll check you later.